So why did the stock market pull back today? What's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. Overall market, started off pretty well, and I want to show you guys exactly what happened, right? So from market open, things look somewhat promising, and then we just consistently began to make lower lows and lower highs. I think TQQQ is a perfect example of this, where something started off, very, if not, it wasn't crazy in the green, but it was a really nice push right at market open, right? And then we just sold off and then got rejected literally all day. I'm really happy that during today's live trading session, a lot of people were asking, hey, Ricky, should we buy the dip? And that was 30 minutes into the market, right? And one of the things that no one was asking before, right? I feel like, and again, this is just a habit, right? I feel like so many people always ask the question, why is the stock market pulling back? But no one ever asks, right? When the stock market was oversold and it gapped up in just one day, right? Do you guys remember just a couple days ago, right? The NASDAQ market gapped up from lows of sub 15,000 up to nearly 16,000 and just overnight, right? Overnight, nothing changed, right? So today, if you look into the news, why did the stock market pull back? It talks about inflation data and this Fed meeting, right? If anything, we actually today reported lower unemployment than we ever have before in a really long time. But if anything, nothing happened 2 days ago to really cause the market to recover. And it recovered a lot quicker than anticipated. So when the market recovered, do you guys remember when I made that video and I simply talked about, again, everything was in the green. It was literally a sea of green. And when the market recovers so quickly, you can't be surprised when it just as quick begins to correct itself. And I feel like that's what we experienced today. They say that it's in fear of inflation data and this up and coming Fed meeting. But at the end of the day, inflation data has never looked promising, especially recently, right? So nothing has changed there. That has always been a concern. But as of right now, I feel like, again, that is what it's being used as the market pulling on back. So with that being said, is it time to freak out, right? Is the market going to crash again? How many of you, I just want to ask you a very simple question. How many of you, do you remember 2 days ago when the market began to recover, right? When we sold off and then all of a sudden the market began to recover and you felt like you were on top of the world, you felt like you could breathe again. You know what I'm talking about, right? How many of you regretted not buying more when the market was oversold? That's all I want to put into perspective. So while you're down on yourself, meaning that while you're upset because the market pulled back a little bit today, trust me, I get it. It sucks. But guess what? When the market pulls back, this is an opportunity for those that see value at oversold levels to take advantage of those lower prices in preparation for the market to recover. Because what is one thing we know? The one thing we know is that the market does always recover. This is from the bottom of the pandemic, so nearly 2 years ago, right? Making higher highs and higher lows. This is the NASDAQ index, which has a big focus on tech. Now, again, patterns tend to repeat themselves. They don't always have to. I just wanted to make this video to uplift you, to understand that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and to put you back into that same mental state that you were at 1 or 2 days ago. That when the market recovered out of the blue, you felt like you were on top of the world because everything in your portfolio was green, was it not, right? But I can almost guarantee you, and you can comment down below, I can almost guarantee you that a lot of you regretted not buying more at oversold levels. So I'm not here to encourage you to buy more if it's not feasible for you, if it's not something that's, within your means, if it doesn't make sense to you. But if you are someone that now begins to understand, right? The thing that I want you to understand is that the thing that I love most about the market is I love when it pulls on back. Trust me, it still sucks, right? It still sucks when the market pulls on back and it's in the red. It's part of the process. Do you think it sucks when you have $1,000, $10,000, or $50,000 in a stock and it pulls on back? Imagine people that have millions or tens of millions or hundreds of millions and it pulls back 5-10%, right? If you think your red day is bad, just imagine their red day. I always try to put that into perspective of again, this is why scaling and position size is so important. Don't put yourself in a position to fail, but understand that market direction is always in your favor. It doesn't mean that the market has to recover tomorrow. or next week. But all we know is that eventually, based off of previous patterns, the market pulls back and then it recovers. The market pulls back and then it recovers. The market pulls back and then it recovers. The market is currently pulling back. And then guess what happens? It's not today. It doesn't mean tomorrow. It doesn't mean next week. But understand that the market tends to recover. The moving average is a great indicator that I personally use for a support level on the overall year chart. That is just what I like to use. If you like it, great. If not, then again, don't worry about it. I just don't want you to be too down or too hard on yourself when the market is in the red, because like we always tell our Learn Plan Profit members, it's all about mindset and it's all about perspective. When the market pulls on back, you can either freak out and really put yourself in a bad mental state, or understand how the market works. Understand that red days are inevitable in the stock market. Markets pull back. You can either understand it and the values behind it, where you can take advantage of the opportunities when they're oversold in preparation for the recovery. It's that simple. So all I'm doing, can you guys guess what I'm doing as the market's pulling on back? This is my chance, my opportunity to buy the stocks that I see value in at a cheaper price. These are stocks that I need to make sure are bullish on the year chart, that are consistent, and that I see to have recovery potential. And my intention is not that I need them to recover next day, next week, but eventually they will recover as the market tends to recover. We all see value in different ways, but I think that we can all agree and encourage one another to not just be hard on ourselves when the market's in the red, but to understand what is happening, making sense of the situation, so you can at least think clearly, think effectively, take advantage of the opportunities that are presented currently, right? And then benefit when the market recovers. So again, it does suck. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It does suck when the market pulls back. But if you prepare, if you plan, and if you choose wisely in what stocks to buy that are good deals when the market recovers, that's the light at the end of the tunnel. I just wanted to put it into perspective for you. Again, there's a bunch of other videos out there talking about the red day. I don't think there's enough highlighting why pullbacks can be viewed as great opportunities, but it's all about perspective. So I just wanted to be that for you guys today. So I'm very excited to see how the market performs tomorrow. I'm not expecting the market just to shoot up. The market can continue to drop. It tends to find a support level at the moving average. So understand that things can get worse, but it's not about that, right? Things can get worse, but that means that we will only be getting better prices, right? We can only take advantage of better opportunities. It's just how you do it and how you prepare to do so. That's always our focus within Learn Plan Profit. Always preparing while others don't prepare. And it's the very simple things in life that people tend to overcomplicate. And trust me, the stock market is no exception. So I'm excited for tomorrow's live trading session. I'm going to keep this very short and sweet. If you want to join us, if you want to join and watch me trade live tomorrow at Market Open, the first link in the description is our Learn Plan Profit group. It's the only group that I work with on a closer basis, and you get to watch me trade live every single day. So if you like what you see, if you've seen some of my live trading videos and you want to join the team because you feel like you are ready, again, we'd love to provide this type of environment and mindset for you on a daily aspect. Like always, I hope that it earned your thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.